Some can say everyone has a career goal, but not everyone is on a fulfilling career path. As morning is the call of the day, most of us just find ourselves on various job adverts and end up with the web of misery. But without saying much, with me today is an amazing guest who's come to share his story on his struggle on achieving his own career path. Welcome to the premiere of Unscripted with Tobi. I am UnscriptedwithTobi. Welcome back to the show Unscripted with me. Here is where we share your story as openly and as honestly as we can, with the purpose of breaking the norm of silence. Like I said earlier, with me today is an amazing guest, Mr. Lukman Okwande. He is a tech enthusiast and a business developer for IBS Golden Investments. Hi, Mr. Lukman.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for joining me on the show. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm very sure my viewers want to know what your growing up was like. So we want to know what you're passionate about and what's your growing up like.
Thank you very much for having me today. At first, I need to be sincere. Growing up was not easy, considering the fact that I am from a poor background family, so to say, as the case may be with the issue of the country, or perhaps how it is completely divided into the classes. I grew up in one of the assumed local community of Lagos, but funny how sometimes I jokingly tell people I'm from this particular area and they say, oh, you come from that area, it's funny, you know. Then I go ahead and say I'm from this particular area. It's just like telling someone I'm from Obalende, and in the same time I'm telling you I'm from ATS and local government. So people feel there are two different things. I'm from Mushi, and technically Lukweju is a part of Mushi. So when you tell someone you are from Mushi, they feel wow. And when you tell them you are from Lukweju, they are like, yes, Lukweju. But Lukweju is Mushi local government. So that is the situation of the country. Yes, I grew up being trained by my mother, and I think one of the few days I can never forget is the fact that I think when I was in primary 3, I was second in class, and only for my mom to tell me I performed woefully, being the second in class. I was surprised, like, what do you expect of me? To be ninth, first, zeroth, or what? And they said it was too poor, only for her to play me the feminist by telling me female was first. So how will you be second in class? I really don't know. But technically, the other time, I think the second time, that was first time, the second time I was first in class, then my mom still said, your percent is too low. So I was surprised. I was second last year, you said it's not good enough, now I'm first, my percent is too low. So I grew up, I was trained by a mother who understands that you really need to put more work into whatever you do. Get things done softly, whichever way you want to get it done. Just understand that hard work is important, whether you like it or not. It is important. So I transit to what's it called, the so-called secondary school, as the case is in Nigeria, and I think that was where I had it extremely rough, because during secondary school I joined a very big school, and you know I wasn't used to seeing so many things around. I wasn't used to going out to buy ice cream, buy gala, buy this, buy that, even until to the point of buying condensed, as it's called then. So I think I lost focus then, and my mom was a little bit not available as she used to be when I was in primary school. But all well good, we left secondary, and it was a battle of going into higher institution as we know it to be in the country. So I think I wrote to her a couple of times. I really don't want to say it is part of the struggle, as we would say. I wrote to her a couple of times. I had to write NECO at some point, and I had to do several other exams. But at that point, I understood I needed to put in more work that I've done while growing up than before. Because transiting to university, it is more work that can actually make you go out of university on bond or that, as the case may be. So I started getting myself back. I read often, I read more hours, and luckily for me, my family understood I need more hours to read. So so I can probably get into the university. So at least then I read to the point that sometimes I'm in the bathroom, I start thinking about what I read. Sometimes I'm in the toilet, same thing. Sometimes I'm on the road, I think about what I read, and I think that was practically the turning point then. I wrote my first jam I passed. But funny how I wasn't admitted. I would have graduated at OA if I was admitted early. I wasn't admitted. Then I tried the second time. I wrote jam and I was admitted to University of Ilorin. So that was where I spent 4 years studying mathematics. So, but initially I had written the last MPC in Nigeria. I was so sure after the exam that I passed this exam because I tried to put in more work during that process. So I was extremely sure I would pass this exam, and I did pass the exam. So that was actually what transferred me to join the College of Technology, where I studied building tech. And to be honest, I really don't want to go back to that struggle, but it is something I am actually proud of. It gave me my first work experience, the opportunity to work and to learn as a construction guy, so to say, because it is just you being on site, learning how to mix sand and cement. There are tons of what we learn in school. So it's practically not useful on site because in school they tell you cast for days, you do this, you do that. Then you get to site, they cast today. In fact, they're almost laying blocks on the cast area today and they are surprised. So I confronted my supervisor there, like, why do you have to lay block almost today? So he said it does not necessarily have to be how many days, because even if you have to wait for those number of days, the truth is you will still have to lay block. So why not lay block and let that thing keep staying there for those number of days? Because the project has timeline right. So I think I learned a bit from that experience and it shaped my thoughts concerning construction until the moment I had to study mathematics. So during that process, while at Tematech, I joined an NGO, had been part of volunteering, and I was taught to that. Basically, when I was passing by school and I noticed some set of people who were doing so many things in an orderly manner. So I asked what was happening. Then I checked in. At first I was shy because I had to come through the front. Everyone has to see me. But over the years, it is something I really want to do. So while at the University of Ilorin, I knew I wanted to be president of the organization. I contested with my best friend then. It was a little bit funny, but it was one of the elections I really can't forget. Even if I become president of Nigeria tomorrow, I'm not sure I can forget that election. It was an election that ended in a funny way. People took fraction. So that's why I understood election does not necessarily have to go your way. Sometimes it goes the other way. But it is the process and it is some of the few things I learned. After school, it was now into the labor market as we fondly call it. Then I started out as a contract staff somewhere and I did overtime before I joined my current employer, which is IBS Golding. But one of those few things that had made me move over the years is the fact that my mom looked at me and made me understand that it is a process. Yes, I am proud to say it. My mom made some of the things look extremely easier for me. It is a process you really have to go through. It is something you really have to go through. Several persons before you have gone through it. So it is not a fault. If you're also going through it, you must go through that process. So that is basically how long it has been over time.
Okay, so if I can remember vividly, you said you studied mathematics in school. So you work with IBS Golden Investments, which is a finance company, if I'm so right. So you're working with IBS Golden Investment. Does that mean you're actually on your fulfilling career path?
Yes. While in school, I wanted my first job to be in finance. I wanted something around finance. And I think that really happened while I had roommates in schools who were studying finance. So 90% of the time, they would come with several arguments about money, finance, and all that. So I started reading about it then. gradually. So I was forced to learn because sometimes the argument comes up to the point that I have to at least throw in something that would make them think, okay, he has an idea of what we are talking about. Then he can actually help us sort this whole issue. So that was where I grew the interest in finance, and that is why it's look as if over the years I have wanted finance.
Amazing. So does that mean when you finish school, you're just lucky enough to get a career you've always wanted?
Yes, I would say affirmatively. But on the contrary, I think at some point I was not paying attention to something I do in a free way. What do I mean? I think when I left school, during my year of service, I was working, I was learning as a support officer for an IT firm. So that process, I was learning a couple of things about IT. I wasn't giving too much attention because I felt I wanted finance and I wanted money. So any other thing aside that is not bringing money for me earlier on, it's possible I really don't want it. So that was why I dropped my IT skills there. But year in, year out, for every job I get, in a way that IT does find a way of coming back. So that's why I became my tech enthusiast as usual. Rather I'm transiting into tech and trying to make tech part of me.
Okay, so which means I can always have 2 career goals I want to achieve, then go for it.
Definitely, you can have as many as possible. And this I have learned over years. I met a couple of guys in my institution. One of them, I think, studied chemistry. But I think till date, what he does is he owns an NGO. But the reality is at some point, he owns several other businesses. And he has several other businesses he does. So it is always easier for him to say he's a social entrepreneur. He does a couple of stuff around socials because naturally every of the social things is more or less like something that deals with people and all of it. So he claims to be a social entrepreneur. So you can have as many goals as possible. So the most important thing is you understanding what your strengths are in those goals and finding a way to create a balance between it.
Thank you very much. The conversation is actually getting so intense. But before we go for that, let's go on a quick break. If you're just joining us, this is Unscripted with the show. Hi, Mr. Lukman. Yes, the next question I actually have for you is, how do I know I'm on the wrong career path?
Well, I think it is not far-fetched from the fact that there's always a saying around, if you do what you love, there's a high tendency that you spend more time doing it. It's just a scenario of a man chasing a woman. So long you are interested, you do it without having to think about something else doing. So if you are doing something that when you wake up, say on the Monday morning, you feel, wow, I am going to work again. I am certainly on the career path. The moment you don't enjoy what you are doing, the moment you feel down each time you need to do those things, the moment you really don't want to put in more work, more effort into those things, it's certainly sure that you are on the wrong career path. And it's always better most times to speak to people around you, say a counselor. You could speak to a couple of colleagues who you feel they are doing better than you. They can actually inspire you to get along the way. But in a moment, you will actually not be inspired on the job no matter what. So it is best for you to find a way to do what you enjoy around that place.
Oh, thank you. With your experience so far, I'm very sure you have 1 or 2 things we all need to consider when trying to choose a career path for ourselves.
Yes, definitely. I think one of the main goal of choosing a career, or perhaps having your ground around a career, is seeking advice. So in a sane word, they actually call it getting a mentor. Because once you have a mentor, sometimes they help you achieve things you would unable to be achieved in 2-3 years. So they find a way to speak to me about a couple of things, or perhaps you speak to them about a couple of things, and they find a way to help you bring those things together. For instance, you could get a mentor and make the mentor understand, I like to sleep. Yes, there might actually be a career that looks very close to sleeping. Then you can actually help you find your way around it, of which I doubt there's a career in that line. But when you feel you like to calculate figures, you like to work on people's psychic, you like to speak to people, you like to make people happy. So there are actually things around it. I think people sometimes just advise me to get myself into an MC career. So I'm wondering, personally, I don't know, maybe I am an happy person, even though I know I am an happy person. But how do I get myself into being an MC of a show when I need to make everybody happy? But then people need to look beyond some few things. So a mentor can actually help you look at those things critically. Speak to a couple of people around you to understand some of this psychology and help you get on track with your career. So basically you need an advice. It could be you getting an advice from a mentor, or a role model, as the case may be, because role model is just practically you trying to imitate someone simply because you are in their line or their feet. So you are trying to do what they do, or perhaps to reach the heights they reach. So that's why most times we call them movies. So basically it's about you seeking advice. And secondly, the kind of friends you keep oftentimes indicates how you would pursue careers. Sometimes when 90% of your friends are actually first-time, it's possible you are a first-time, and to them it's a career. If your friends are actually the type who wants to be educated, you will definitely be educated, because 90% of them would definitely come together to bring you up. So the kind of friends you keep helps you move forward. So if you understand this set of people, you really don't like what they do, maybe you think they are frustrators, or they do stuff that actually does not make sense. Maybe once people meet you there, you really can't explain what you are doing. So it is better you just take your leave and find friends who can actually inspire you. I think they say this a lot in secondary school orientation. They tell you to get on a thing, couple of things, could be the type that read and the likes. For someone like me, I was not lucky enough. I had friends who drink, the ones who smoke, the ones who read. So basically, it was just me in the middle of all of these friends. So luckily for me, I was trained in a home. You can't drink, you can't smoke. So technically, those friends who drink and smoke, they were actually not my friends in the full way, except the ones who read and really want to pass it. So you should check out you should check out your friends too. The kind of friends you keep, it matters a lot. The type of association you keep. Associations does not necessarily be your friends. Sometimes you can have friends who are not in your association. Yes, I can be a Muslim, or perhaps I'm a Muslim. Some of my friends are Christians. So they attend different associations, just the same way I attend different associations. Apparently, we are going to bring two different orientations together, but it's important for us to understand each other and find a way to move forward about our orientation. So the kind of association you keep sometimes, it helps your career to move forward, because your association can actually be the type that spur people to do greatness. For instance, I know some of these religion places, there are people who are successful around you in the association, that's the religion places. You can always ask them for questions, get some ideas from them, and how to paddle your career canoes. So association matters a lot when trying to choose your career or perhaps shape your career. And one of the other things that I feel is important to in that journey is probably the kind of books you read. I really don't like to read. I don't know why. But readers are leaders. That's not a lie. It's not fallacy. It is important to read. Reading helps you stimulate a whole lot about things. It gives you idea even before you get there. It is not everything you would have experience on, but the more you read, the more open you are to some of these things, and you have experience that is worth sharing. maturing over the years. And I think those are some of the few things that can actually help you shape your career.
So, at what point did it occur to you that, oh, this is what I want? Being a business developer is what I want for myself, or being a tech enthusiast is what I want for myself?
Okay, I think for me, I am naturally someone who is cool with strategy. I am cool with discussing, analyzing issues, and bringing all of this together. And largely for someone who is a business developer, it is important to put the right strategies in place. It is important to analyze things properly so your business can actually take a fresh edge. But for the third part of me, I think in 2015 or thereabout, like I said earlier, I was working as an IT support, and I realized it is very easy for me to do things that my boss even think I can't do with them. In 2007, I think I did a diploma in computer engineering. Then I felt I should have done in desktop publishing. So our first month we have to take a general course, and some of the few courses we did, I think I excelled more in some things people feel they could not do it. So even all the teachers in the school felt, have you learned this before? No, but I think it's just me putting so much passion in it. So it haunted me that year. In 2015, it haunted me because I did something my boss felt I can't do, and he was surprised. He could not even keep the surprise. He showed me. It haunted me that year again. So year in, year out, as my first job, my next job, I'm always finding myself fixing one or two things about IT. So I just asked myself, are you sure this is not where you're supposed to be? So that was like, I pick up the idea of moving into it fully. And to God be the glory, it's just something I am moving casually and I'm excited about.
Interesting. So if I may ask, what words do you have for those people struggling to choose a fulfilling career for themselves?
Okay. Number one, failure is important. As much as I like to see people wear the nice things, on some days I make jest of people in my office when I tell them how expensive and Hublot watches, or perhaps Patek Philippe. I like it. I like wristwatch. I like to really nice ones. But sometimes you need to understand that it's a process. You really can't get to where you're going in a day. It takes time. It takes so much energy, so many dedication. So you have to fail. You fail over time. It's important to fail. I failed WAEC on several occasions. I am sure I don't even know if they still write WAEC. But I have failed it a couple of times. So it's a process I need to go through. And I have failed. And at the same time, I was successful at it. So sometimes you need to fail a couple of occasions. I'm not saying those who don't fail are not successful. But if you fail, you need to understand that it has to spur you to success, or perhaps it's a road path to success. Yes, I had a couple of people who have never failed. They don't know what failure looks like. But sometimes when we start explaining to ourselves, we realize failures mean different things to everyone. Not being able to fix tap in your house might actually be failure to someone else. For someone else, something they do on a regular. So failure means different things to everyone. So it is okay if you fail, but most importantly, you have to push forward to get yourself to that success. Nobody remembers those your failure days. Secondly, it's okay enough if you get a mentor. As much as the old issues boils around things you don't want to know, your mentors most times can actually help you through one or two things, even without asking them. It could be them helping you scale through some few occasions. I read some of these journals that are speaking about who is in that room that is speaking on your behalf. Yes, I might be outside somewhere trying to do one or two things, but it's possible I just share it with my mentor and it's somewhere inside speaking on my behalf that guy can actually do this than we expected. So getting a mentor takes a whole lot of burden off your head. It's important. You speak to them, make them understand where you are coming from and some few things. Sometimes people had argue the fact that you should have mentor in probably different fields, because yes, I understand my area of interest might actually be tech. Someone else's area of interest might actually be something else. You want tech, you want something else. So it's just okay enough to get the mentor that is focused on tech. But in all of this, it's just important to get the mentor. At least someone who can actually spur you to move further. Thirdly, I think it should be the last, but thirdly, it's important to pray. I don't know whatever everyone does or how they do it. Whatever religion you belong to, it's important to pray. Tell God you should order yourself. Sometimes, some way, I really don't want to be spiritual this time, but praying can help you get a whole lot of things done, even beyond your comprehension. So it's important to pray. Pray about things you want to get yourself involved in. Pray about things you want to lay your hands on. Pray about things you really want to pour your mind at, because these things are things that will define you, and it goes a long way. So for now, I think that thing and some other ones are important, and those ways you can actually have a way around.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lukman. It's been an interesting conversation with you all the way, and I really appreciate you joining me on this show. I do not take that for granted. And we've come to the end of the show, Unscripted with me, T. And like I said, it's okay for you to struggle, but the major thing is you stand to your feet and do what you're passionate about and be consistent with it. So see you next time in the same space.